What's up, Doc? I'm Pugs Bunny, and welcome to Marvel Mondays. Today, we're going to take a look at Book 2 of Marvel Sagas, the official history of the Marvel Universe. In this issue, we're going to see the outcome of where the Fantastic Four left off with the Skrull invasion. And we're also going to see the origin of Spiderman and the Hulk. Sit down, get some popcorn, enjoy my voice acting, and enjoy Marvel Mondays, Marvel Sagas, Book 2. Book 2. Transformation and Rebirth. It is less than a decade ago, at the beginning of one of the most significant eras in human history, the era of the superhero. Only a short time before, the American people, thrilled to learn that they had been rescued from disaster at the hands of the Mole Man by the team whose appearance signaled the start of that era, the Fantastic Four. Virtually overnight, the foursome became the sensation of the news media. Whatever qualms people might have felt about the team's strange powers and the monstrous appearance of one of its members, the Thing, were buried beneath the public's outpouring of gratitude. But then there came reports that the Fantastic Four had committed acts of theft and sabotage. The nation felt betrayed, and its love for its new heroes quickly turned to hatred. My fellow Americans, even as I speak, the armed forces are searching throughout the country for the Fantastic Four's hideout. No one should underestimate the extent of the threat that these four superpowered freaks pose to our national security. The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Girl, and the Human Torch. Meanwhile, many miles away, in an isolated hunting lodge, the Fantastic Four themselves listen to the same news conference. The Fantastic Four have become the most dangerous menace we have ever faced. They must be found. They must be punished. Turn that radio off. We have to think. It is obvious that some foursome is impersonating us. But how? Why? But Reed, how could any humans impersonate us? No one else has our powers. Aw, I'm not worried. Reed will figure out what to do, and then we'll take care of them, I'll bet. Talk. All you ever do is talk, but I'm not built that way. I want action. I know you do, Thing, but we can't fly off the handle. We've got to wait till we know who's behind all this. I like that he still calls him the Thing, and he's wearing these just stylish sunglasses. Wait, that's all right for you, Reed. At least you're human. But how would you like to be me? I won't wait any longer. I'm going out. To fight. To smash. Reed, how much more of this can we take? Sooner or later the Thing will run amok and none of us will be able to stop him. She's right, Reed. We've got to do something about him. No, we must be patient. After all, he's not really to blame. The first thing we must do is learn who is impersonating us, and why. And then we'll polarize them. Attention, Fantastic Four. We have you surrounded. Come out with your hands up or we'll fire. Ah, they're not as tough as everyone says. One false move and we'll shoot. Relax, soldier. We don't plan to fight the whole US Army. Less than an hour later, at a federal prison, you'll each be in a specially constructed private cell. Even your strange talents won't even be able to free you from here. But the soldier is wrong. The public has not seen superpowered humans in years, and no one yet realizes how truly powerful the Fantastic Four are. So it is not surprising that the army is unable to prepare cells that can hold the foursome for very long. That one small air vent was all I needed to burst into flames, and now... Even steel will shatter if you pound at it long enough, and I never get tired. One side, soldier boys, before I trample on ya. The Fantastic Four realizes that the only way to clear their names is to find and capture the criminals who are impersonating them. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, suspects the imposters might try to sabotage a new rocket. He decides to go to its test site, impersonating his own double in hopes of meeting the other imposters. Johnny's guess is right, because the imposters are really shape-shifting alien Skrulls, whose goal are to dispose of Earth's only superpower defenders and to destroy mankind's capabilities for space travel in order to conquer the planet. At the launch site, Johnny makes contact with two of the Skrulls. If I didn't know better, I'd swear you were Susan Storm and Reed Richards, two of the Fantastic Four. Well, that's who we're supposed to be, isn't it? But when the Skrulls revert to their true forms, you fools! Why did you bring him? He is the real Human Torch! But you thought what I wanted you to think. There. Now when the others see my signal, you'll wish you had stayed where you came from. The rest of the Fantastic Four quickly respond to the signal from Johnny's flare gun and overpower the Skrulls. let go of that weapon. Phew! Now I know how the old Indian fighters felt when the cavalry arrived. Never thought we'd track you down, did ya? The next step in the Fantastic Four's plan is for the real FF to take their impersonator spaceship and use it to go to the Skrull mothership waiting out in space. Once there, the quartet, posing as the 4 Skrull agents, hope to completely subvert the intended Skrull invasion of Earth. Aboard the mothership, the Fantastic Four are met by an unsuspecting Skrull leader. So, you have returned. Is your mission accomplished? Are the Fantastic Four dead or in prison? Shall I signal the invasion? There can be no invasion. The Fantastic Four cannot be beaten. Earth's defenses can defeat us. No, it can't be. It can't. I must have proof. Do you hear me? Give me proof. Here are actual photos of what we would face if we invade Earth. The photographs, of course, are fakes devised by Reed Richards to convince the Skrulls that Earth's defenses are great enough to overwhelm even the Skrulls' advanced weaponry. Incredible! Unbelievable! We've got to leave this galaxy at once! If you hadn't warned me in time, we would surely have all been slain. Change form, and join us as we leave this accursed planet forever. No, we must stay behind and remove all evidence of our presence on Earth. We shall sacrifice ourselves so that you will all be safe. Never in our history has there been so noble a deed. Take this highest award for your bravery. And so the Skrulls send the Fantastic Four back to Earth. After defeating the alien Gormu some time before, Reed Richards pledged to find means of defending Earth from threats from space. Now, he has succeeded in thwarting a full-scale alien invasion. On returning to Earth, the Fantastic Four passed through unusually intense cosmic radiation, which, for the first time since this tragic change, caused the Thing to revert to his original human form. I'm changing again. I know it. I can feel it. Changing. Into what? Stu, let me have your mirror. Hey, I'm not a monster anymore. I'm a man again. Oh, Ben, I'm so happy for you. My face, my hands, they're human. Human! Wait, what's happening? Oh no, not again. Don't let it happen again. Don't. I should have known it couldn't be. It was just a joke. Yeah, a real funny joke. Damn, he's even uglier than before. Poor Thing. As on all subsequent occasions, the Thing's change to human form is only temporary, leaving him trapped within a monster's body. Once back on Earth, the Fantastic Four prove their innocence to the legal authorities. The government publicly clears the foursome's names, but keep the existence of the Skrulls secret. The public is led to believe that humans impersonated the Fantastic Four and were brought to justice, but some of the public still remain suspicious of any superpowered beings. One problem still has to be solved. What is to be done with the 4 captured Skrulls? It turned out that one of them somehow escaped during the Fantastic Four's visit to the mothership, and the 4 heroes were unable to find any trace of him. The Skrull would not be heard from again for years, but the team still had to deal with the other 3 Skrulls. What will we do with them, Reed? No matter what we do, they can always change their form and escape. There's one way we can be certain they won't escape. No, don't kill us, don't! We promise to cause no more harm. We will live among you in peace, we swear it. So be it. I will tell you what to change into, and I will hypnotize you so that you will forget your previous identities. You will remain what you become, for as long as you live. I think that's supposed to be hypnotized. It could be a typo, but hypnotized don't sound right. Will we have a peaceful existence? Promise will be contented. And so it comes to pass that the 3 captive Skrulls became the most contented creatures on Earth, as they grazed peacefully out in a pasture. Moo! So ends the menace of the Skrulls. Yeah, but I've got a feeling there's even worse trouble ahead. Hey Thing, how come you're such an optimist? But this is not the end of these 3 Skrulls. They will return, along with the escaped 4th, to plague the mighty Avengers years later when their race resumes its war with the alien Kree Empire. The Fantastic Four themselves will battle other Skrulls time and again throughout their careers. Shortly afterwards comes a day that will forever change the life of New York City high school sophomore Peter Parker. It begins like any other day for him.
You're not fooling me, Petey. I know you're awake and it's time for school.
Gosh, Uncle Ben, you're worse than a room full of alarm clocks. An orphan, Peter is raised by his loving Uncle Ben and Aunt May.
I cook your favorite breakfast, Petey. Weekend sauce.
Don't fatten him up too much, dear. I can hardly out-wrestle him now.
The faculty at Midtown High are also fond of the clean-cut, hard-working honor student. Keep up the good work, Parker, and you're sure to rate a scholarship when you graduate. I'll do my best, sir. But alas, other teenagers can sometimes, unwittingly, be so very cruel to a shy young man. Sally, I was wondering if you're busy tonight.
Peter, for the umpteenth time, you're just not my type. Not when dreamboats like Flash Thompson are around.
I admire your good taste, doll. Get lost, bookworm. Look, there's a great new exhibit at the Science Hall tonight. Would any of you like to go with me? Science Hall? Ha! You stick to science, son. We'll take the chicks. Yes. For some, being a teenager has many heartbreaking moments. See you around, bookworm.
Keep our regards to the Atom Smasher, Peter.
Someday, I'll show them. Someday, they'll be sorry. Sorry that they laughed at me. And a few minutes later, Peter Parker forgets the taunts of his classmates as he is transported to another world, the fascinating world of the atomic science. And now for our demonstration of how we can control radioactive rays here in the lab. But as the experiment begins, no one notices a tiny spider descending from the ceiling on an almost invisible strand of web. A spider whom fate has given a starring, if brief, role to play in the drama we call life. Accidentally absorbing a fantastic amount of radioactivity, the dying insect, in sudden shock, bites the nearest living thing, at the split second before life ebbs from its radioactive body. A spider! It bit me! But why is it burning so? Why is it glowing that way? Feeling strange, Peter leaves the General Tektronics laboratory to get some fresh air. Wrapped in his thoughts, Peter does not hear a car speeding directly towards him. But at the last instant, he feels an odd tingling in his head that somehow alerts him to the danger. It is his new spider sense that warns Peter just in time. Without thinking and unnoticed by the speeding driver and his passenger, he leaps onto the wall. That was one egghead who won't daydream anymore when he crosses the street. You could say that again. What a couple of assholes. Peter is amazed to discover how high he has just leaped and finds he has still other new abilities. What's come over me? I'm scaling the wall just as easily as I can walk. It's incredible. I reached the roof in just a few seconds. What's this? I crushed a steel pipe as though it was paper. It's the spider. It has to be. Somehow, in some miraculous way, his bite has transferred his own power to me. I can walk down this cable as effortlessly as the spider itself can glide along its web. I've got to have time to think. I've got to plan what to do with this unbelievable ability which fate has given me. Peter would come to learn the spider's bite has placed radioactive enzymes in his blood that mutated his body, giving him superhuman strength and agility, the power to stick to walls at will, and a spider sense that warns him of danger. The young science student decides to experiment further with his new powers. He can win $100 by staying in the ring for 3 minutes with the wrestler Crusher Hogan, but afraid of humiliating himself, the shy Peter dons a mask for the first time. It works! I have the speed, the ability, the very strength of a gigantic spider. Hey! Put me down! You win! You win! Obviously, the experiment is a great success. Moreover, Peter is approached by a booking agent who wants to put his act on television. With that act of yours, I can make you a fortune and keep the mask angle. It's great showmanship. Here's my card. Call me. Thanks. Peter's shyness quickly gives way for an ambition for fame and fortune. His first step in putting together his human spider act is to give himself a web. A prodigy in chemistry, Peter perfects his web fluid within a week. It's a cinch Flash Thompson doesn't have the smarts to come up with the formula which I'm perfecting. I've been studying multiple polymer compounds for the past 2 years. The next day, he devises web shooters that inject the fluid to create the web. I'll fasten one to each arm. I'll operate it by the slightest pressure of any finger. Then Peter makes himself a costume out of a bodysuit onto which he silk screens a web pattern. He decides to follow the agent's advice and keep his identity a secret from everyone. I'll need a name. Well, guess Spider-Man is as good as any. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Days later, the amazing Spider-Man makes his first television appearance. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I still don't believe it. Viewers throughout America are stunned and electrified watching him in action. The new TV star is besieged with offers as soon as his first live TV appearance ends. I'm from Life. We'll pay you any price a picture spread. Sign with me. I'll put you in movies. Wait, we want an interview. See my agent, boys. I'm busy. Phew, rid of him at last. Hey, what's going on? Stop! Thief! Stop him! If he makes it to the elevator, he'll get away. Made it. What's with you, mister? All you had to do was trip him, or hold him just for a minute. Sorry, pal. That's your job. I'm through being pushed around by anyone. From now on, I just look out for number one. That means me. Damn, his first appearance, he was basically a villain. I ought to run you in. Save your breath, buddy. I've got things to do. Look at him strut. Spider-Man leaves to embark on a spectacular show business career, unaware that he has just made a mistake that will haunt him for the rest of his life. Shortly thereafter, another entertainer, who calls himself the Miracle Man, is also performing in New York. He sees in his audience some illustrious newcomers to the city. The Fantastic Four. They are supposed to be the most powerful, most amazing quartet in history. But I say to you, blah! Next to my power, they are nothing. Can they become all-powerful giants at will? Look, it's impossible. The Miracle Man continues to demonstrate various incredible powers. Taunting the Fantastic Four, he invites the Thing on stage and then humiliates him by seemingly besting him in a test of strength. Unsurprisingly, Ben is outraged. It's a trick. It's gotta be a trick. Nobody is that powerful. You lumbering fool! What do you know of my miraculous power? You, with all your animal strength, could not hurt me with your hardest blow. Oh no, try this on for size. Certainly, if it will serve to convince you. The Miracle Man is, indeed, unharmed, and as the disgruntled Thing and his teammates leave, the performance ends. But minutes later, glorying in his victory, the Miracle Man decides the time has come to turn his powers against mankind. But I need a bold, breathtaking feat to strike fear in the heart of the public. Something to make them realize that the human race is powerless against me. Wait, there, in front of the theater below. That's my answer. That monster statue on exhibit. I shall perform the impossible. I shall bring that huge monster statue to life as my unconquerable slave. By this time, the Fantastic Four had moved from Central City, California to New York City and had fully set up their new headquarters in the Baxter Building. They have also had a special means of transportation built for themselves, including the first versions of their Pogo plane and of their Fantastic Car, seen here in operation. Set the controls on automatic, Thing. We're home. I'll never stop being impressed by the way the Fantastic Car lends itself. Only Reed could have designed this roof to work like an aircraft carrier's deck. Obviously, they have not met the ill. And none of the tenants suspect that we own the entire tower of this building. Here is a diagram of the original setup at the Fantastic Four's headquarters. I'm not going to read each individual room. You can just take a good look at it and see what they were working with. Pretty cool, honestly. It's nice. That same night, while watching the live TV coverage of a movie premiere, the Fantastic Four first donned their costumes, although the Thing never again wore his after this adventure. Never mind those monsters, boys. Look what I've got. Susan, you designed a costume for yourself? And for you too. It's time we all had some colorful costumes. Blah, costumes.
Tights. That's kid stuff. Who needs them?
We do. And if we're in this business of crime fighting for real, if we're a team, we should look like a team. Say, this isn't half bad, Sue. Ever think of working for Dior? I got enough to do acting as nursemaid to you three. Here, Thing, this even makes you look glamorous.
I ain't gonna wear this full outfit.
Reed, Thing, look, it's the Miracle Man. What's he doing at the premiere? He's making some kind of strange gesture.
Look! The monster! It's come to life!
The team separates the Fantastic Car into 4 independently working parts to search for the Miracle Man. We'll each search a different section of the city.
Good luck!
The Human Torch finds the monster that the Miracle Man has seemingly brought to life and quickly destroys it. Attaboy, you got me. But I've got news for you. You're about to learn something about the Human Torch. I'm just too hot to handle. The Invisible Girl goes off alone to track the Miracle Man. While the 3 others await word from her, the Thing's bitter rage over having become a monster erupts into one of its first battles with the Torch, a fight much more serious than their later playful brawls. But you change to your normal self for a few minutes. It might happen again for a longer time.
Bah! I don't want to be normal for a few minutes. I want to be Ben Grimm again. I want Sue to look at me the way she looks at you.
Man, this guy is not a good friend. I'm sorry. My sister, don't kid yourself, Thing. She wouldn't go for you if you were the best looking guy on earth.
Why, you crummy brat? I'll teach you to laugh at me.
Hey, you big ape. I was only kidding. Look out. All right, it's a fight you want?
Flame off. Blast you, fight like a man.
Sure, if you use your inhuman strength, that's okay. But if I use my flame, you don't like it. I'm leaving. I'm sick of looking at your ugly face. You give me a swift pain.
Go on, get out while you still can.
Why can't you control yourself, Thing? Why must we always fight amongst ourselves? What's wrong with us?
All I gotta do is look in the mirror to answer that one, brother. Ah, the heck with it. Where's Sue? When is she gonna signal us?
Searching for the Miracle Man and the atomic-powered tank he had stolen, Stu Storm is discovered by him and falls under his mental control. The Miracle Man manages to hold off Mr. Fantastic and the Thing when they find him. Thing, you saved me.
Big deal. You better move, brother, before Laughing Boy gets away with Sue again.
He then attempts to escape in the tank, taking Sue as his hostage. With Reed and Ben exhausted, only the enraged Human Torch can pursue the speeding tank.
Torch, wait! Watch out for Sue, you fool!
But the Human Torch causes no harm to the atomic tank. Instead, he increases its flame until it becomes a blazing flash in front of the tank, a flash which temporarily blinds the Miracle Man.
I can't see!
The 3 male teammates capture the temporarily blinded Miracle Man and force him to free the Invisible Girl from its hypnotic control. Then Reed explains to the others that the Miracle Man is now helpless because he has no special powers except one, an extraordinary talent for hypnosis. All of the Miracle Man's extraordinary feats, even him seeming to bring the monster to life, were merely illusions he had created in people's minds. But the Miracle Man's mental power was dependent on his ability to see, and the Torch's blinding flash has severed this link, rendering the Miracle Man helpless. A true Miracle Man would not have needed to steal jewels. He could have conjured up all the wealth in the world. A Miracle Man would not have needed to flee from us. You could have simply vanished or caused us to disappear forever. But now, your hypnotic power is gone due to the Torch's almost blinding flash.
Wait a minute, Reed. Are you trying to give that flaming juvenile delinquent the credit for this caper?
Oh please, don't start arguing amongst yourselves again. I just can't stand anymore. Relax, sis. They're not gonna argue about me anymore. I had all the bossing around I can take. I'm cutting out of this combo right now. But you can't just quit on us, Johnny.
Oh, let him go. He's more trouble than he's worth.
Torch, come back, please. It's too late, Sue. Oh, Reed, what will become of him? It's not him I'm worried about. It's mankind. For what will we do? What can we do if he should turn against us? Thus, the short tempers of the Human Torch and the Thing have split the team as early as their 3rd recorded adventure together as the Fantastic Four. Over the coming days, his teammates, the police, and the armed forces searched for the missing torch, but to no avail. Meanwhile, in the New Mexico desert, a government team is about to set off the first underground test explosion of the G-bomb, designed to unleash lethal gamma radiation. Miles away within a solid concrete bunker guarded by troops led by Air Force General Thaddeus E. Ross, scientists await his countdown's end, including the tensely watching creator of the G-bomb, Dr. Robert Bruce Banner, and his partner, Igor Starsky. A few seconds more, and we'll know whether we have succeeded or not. I was against it from the start, Banner, and I still am. It's just too dangerous. No one there knows that Starsky is secretly a Soviet spy. I'd still say you should have confided in us, your fellow scientists. You should have told the secret of the gamma ray. You should have told us the secret of the gamma ray. Quiet, Igor. Here comes General Ross.
What's the delay, Banner? What are you waiting for? My men have been stationed here for weeks, wasting time because of your infernal delays. Are you going to test that blamed bomb or not?
Of course, General. It's just that I must be sure every precaution has been taken. We are tampering with powerful forces.
Powerful forces? Bah! A bomb is a bomb. The trouble with you is you're a milksop. You've got no guts. They should have put me in charge of this test. By thunder, it would have been done by now.
Oh, Daddy, don't be so unfair. Dr. Bruce Banner is one of our most famous scientists. I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
You keep out of this, Betty. This is man talk.
Oh my God.
Don't mind Dad, Dr. Banner. Ever since he was nicknamed Thunderbolt Ross, he's tried to live up to it.
Thank you, Miss Ross. At last, the bomb is ready to be tested, but looking through his binoculars moments before the bomb explodes, Banner is horrified to see. Wait, what's that? Good Lord, it's a boy! A teenager! He's driving to the test area! Igor, delay the countdown until I can get that boy. Hurry, man, every second counts.
Sure.
What a stroke of luck. I am now using a Russian voice for him. All I have to do is keep my finger off the hold button, and it'll be the end of Bruce Banner. Okay, so maybe a horrible Russian voice, I have no clue. Since Starsky could not persuade Banner to tell him the secret of the gamma bomb, he decides to arrange Banner's death. Then, Starsky plans, he will find Banner's notes on the bomb so that only his Soviet masters will know its secrets. While Starsky schemes, Banner reaches the test site. You, get out of here. This is a forbidden test area. Cool it, man. The kids bet me I wouldn't have enough nerve to sneak past the guards. Hey, what are you trying to do? Make them think I'm chicken? Come on, you fool. We've got to reach the protective trench before the bomb goes off. Bomb? Meanwhile, at the bunker, not having been told to delay the firing, a man presses the fateful button. There, you're safe. And now I'll... Ah!
KO!
Although he is many miles away from the underground bomb, Banner is still bathed in an intense radiation. The world seems to stand still, trembling on the brink of infinity as his ear-splitting scream fills the air. And he is still screaming hours later, when... He's coming out of it now! Thank heaven! Banner, it's a miracle that you're still alive. You absorbed the full impact of the gamma rays. Oh, how did I get here? My name is Rick Jones. I brought you here. You saved my dumb life. I figured it was the least I could do for you. You know, it's a funny thing. I'm an orphan, and no one ever did anything for me before, except you, a stranger. In Bruce Banner, Rick Jones has found his first true friend, one to whom he will feel indebted for years to come. The authorities, baffled that Banner was not killed by the irradiation, keep him and Jones isolated at the base hospital. It's getting dark out. How long are they gonna keep us up here, Doc? I don't know. They must be waiting for me to die. It isn't possible to take so much gamma radiation and not have something happen. I'm beginning to feel strange. My head is throbbing. This must be the end. The whole world's going batty. Even the kooky radio, it won't play. All it gives out with is static. Click, click. That's no radio. It's a Geiger counter. It measures radiation. Listen to it. It's going wild. It's getting louder and louder, faster and faster. What's happening?
What's happening? Ah!
Look at you! You changed!
Get out of my way, insect.
Thus, Bruce Banner, as a result of the effect of the gamma rays on his particular genetic and physiological makeup, first transforms into the Incredible Hulk. Superhumanly strong, savage, with no memory of his true identity.
Where am I? Why am I locked in here? I want to get out.
Holy cow, he's breaking down the wall like it was cardboard!
Out.
Hey Sarge, look ahead, what's that?
Men, more little men. I don't know, but if he doesn't stop, we'll hit him.
As the stunned, enlisted men pick themselves up from the wreckage, the mighty thing that was once Bruce Banner turns and
have to go, have to get away, to hide.
Like a wounded behemoth, the man monster storms off into the waiting night. Wait for me! One lone figure follows him as a legend is born. You saved my life. You need me now. Wait, I'm going with you. Despite the myriad dangers in befriending such a monster, Rick Jones stays with the Hulk, for he owes Bruce Banner his life. The bond between Banner and Jones will endure for years to come. It is an anonymous soldier who first gives the Hulk his name. Fan out, men. We gotta find that Hulk.
Look sharp. Don't let the Hulk get his hands on you.
No one imagines that the missing Dr. Banner and the Hulk are one and the same. It's impossible. Nothing human could have smashed a 2-foot thick concrete wall. But he did. The Hulk did it! Bruce Banner. And the boy? What became of them? Could the Hulk have? Meanwhile, the treacherous Igor Starsky searches the missing Banner's cabin for the plans to the gamma bomb. The gamma bomb formula must be in here somewhere. And then, an intruder. Well, you will not live to report Igor to the security police. Enraged, the Hulk easily overpowers the spy. Moments later, soldiers will arrive and have Starsky in prison, but he will still manage to send a message about the Hulk to his superior in the Soviet Union. Now, however, as Rick finds Banner's report on the gamma bomb, he is about to learn more fully how the bomb has altered Banner's mind as well as his body. Banner has suffered through a lonely and traumatic childhood. He was a highly repressed man who had internalized tremendous rage at the world for sentencing him to such an unhappy existence, and who subconsciously felt a strong self-hatred. Now the gamma rays that turned him into the Hulk had released both the contempt for his human self and that immense fury towards the rest of humanity. It looks important. We better get it to the army. I'll bet you wrote it while you were Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner? Why do those words stay in my head? What is that name to me? That face. I know that face. But it's weak, soft. I hate it. Take it away.
You can't hate it. Don't you understand? This guy in the picture, before you changed, he was you.
I seem to remember now. It was the bomb. The gamma rays. They turned me into this. When darkness fell.
It would have happened to me if you hadn't saved me. That's why I'm staying with you.
Fool. I am glad it happened. I'd rather be me than this puny weakling in the picture. I don't want you with me. I don't need you. I don't need anybody. With my strength, my power, the world is mine. As for you, you are the only one who knows who I really am.
What do you mean? At that very instant, the first rays of the dawn appeared, and with them,
my head. My brain is on fire. What is happening to me? I'm changing.
Changing. It feels as though a veil has lifted. I can think again. It's over. The nightmare is over. Gosh, you're Dr. Bruce Banner again. Immediately after his change back to human form, Banner is found by the military police and by Betty Ross, the general's daughter.
Miss Ross, forgive me. I've been under a terrible strain. Rick will show you to the door.
Sure, Doc. You just take it easy.
Very well. I'll go. But if you should need me...
Miss Ross. Betty. I'll call you later. After I've had a chance to pull myself together.
Oh, it's Betty now. Bah, how revolting.
Please do, Bruce. I feel you're in some great trouble, and I want to help.
Betty was the first friend that Banner had made at the base, and their friendship is beginning to turn into love. As As time passes, Betty will become the most important woman in Bruce Banner's life. With Betty gone, Banner grimly ponders his horrifying situation. And when the sun sets, how do I know I won't change once more? How do I know I won't keep changing? Into that brutal, bestial mockery of a human. That creature which fears nothing, which despises reason and worships power. Soon, the sun will set again, and here I sit, helplessly fearing I may again become the Hulk. Banner is right. It is the presence and absence of sunlight that triggers his transformations. Later on, this would no longer be a factor, and it would instead be changes in his pulse rate that causes him to transform. So this very night, Banner's worst fears are, indeed, realized, and he does transform again, leading to his raging alter ego's first meeting with Betty Ross.
That's right. Perhaps a walk in the crisp night air will clear my head, will drive the troubled face of Bruce Banner from my thoughts, and perhaps I can tell myself it was all a dream. There is no Hulk.
But there is a Hulk, and don't you ever forget it.
Oh no!
Fainted. Bah! Just like all weak, helpless creatures.
Hulk, let go of her.
You gotta leave her. If you're found this time, they'll shut up. Nobody tells the Hulk.
You are wrong, monster. Turn around and face the gargoyle. This grotesque man is Igor Starsky's superior, a Russian whom radiation had mutated into a deformed scientific genius. The gargoyle uses an advanced weapon to put the Hulk and Rick under his control, and then he flies them to the Soviet Union in hopes of finding a way to create an army of Hulk to serve as superiors. As for Betty Ross,
Betty!
It was horrible. It was the Hulk. He came out of the darkness. He was terrifying.
There, my dear. You're safe now.
But where did he go? What did he want? Or did I imagine the whole thing?
I'll find him, Betty. I swear to you, my child. I'll find and destroy him.
And yet, in spite of everything, there was something sad about him. Almost as though he was seeking help.
I'll find him. And if it takes an eternity, I'll find that monster.
General Thunderbolt Ross would indeed spend years in an obsessive quest to put an end to the menace of the Hulk. Night turns to day as the gargoyle and its captives make their way to the Soviet Union, and the Hulk once again reverts to the human form of Bruce Banner. As a result, hours later, as the red ship glides to a landing on communist soil, the gargoyle receives a startling surprise.
Phew!
I'm glad the effect of that gun wore off.
The Hulk? What happened to the Hulk?
Wait, I know you. Of course. You're America's foremost atomic scientist, Dr. Bruce Banner. That means you and the Hulk? Oh no, it's too unbelievable. But why? Why would you want to be a monster? You must be insane. It's the most horrible thing in the world to be a freak, a gargoyle like me. Doc, he's crying. I'll give anything to be normal. Anything! So would I. But I am as helpless as you. What a shot, dude. I feel like there's an insult lying underneath what he just said. Wait, listen to me. I cannot stop myself from turning into the Hulk, but your case is different. I've seen cases like yours. I know how to cure you. By radiation. Though your features would become normal, your brain would suffer. You would no longer be a brilliant scientist. Banner's treatment proves successful. Doc, it's working! The former gargoyle walks to a portrait of his superior, and then, in quivering tones, he speaks. It was because of you that I became what I was, because I worked on your secret bomb test. But they took an American to cure me, and now that I am no longer a gargoyle, I can defy you and all you stand for like a man. Soon afterwards, the roar of a rocket startles and puzzles the gargoyle's associates. Listen, what is that? The gargoyle's escape rocket. Break into his office, perhaps he will find the clue. Come in, comrades. I have been expecting you. Who are you? I was once he whom you called the gargoyle. But now I am a man again, no longer brilliant, no longer a scientific genius. My work is done.
and so I shall die, but I shall die as a man. Don't trigger that switch!
While in the rocket ship above,
The gargoyle set its controls for America, Rick, and set the automatic escape injector for us.
so we're saved by America's arch enemy. Gosh, you did it, Doc. You made him normal again and turned him against the Reds.
Listen, that blast,
What is it?
it's the end of the gargoyle,
And perhaps the beginning of the end of the Red Tyranny too. Years later, as the Hulk, Bruce Banner will meet the Gargoyle's mutant son, the Gremlin, oh my god, who is now one of the Soviet super soldiers. But that is far in the future for the man who now returns to America, free from the Soviets, but not from the curse that makes him the Hulk. Shortly thereafter, Johnny Storm, still hiding from his fantastic teammates, makes his way to the section of Manhattan called the Bowery. This is one place where nobody will find me. I'll just lose myself among all the human derelicts here. Might as well find a place to sack down for the night. I guess this one is no worse than others. Well, it's not the Waldorf, but it'd keep me safely hidden while I plan my next move. Say, look at this old beat-up comic mag. It's from the 1940s. The Submariner, the Sub-Mariner, the Sub-Mariner. Who knows, man? I really don't know how to say that word, I guess. I thought I was getting it right with Submariner, but one of y'all in the comments tell me if I am. I remember Sis talking about him once. He used to be the world's most unusual character. The magazine was filled with stories about Prince Namor of Atlantis, the superhumanly strong submariner, who could live on land or underwater, but who had not been seen for years. Johnny was fascinated. Reading about the Submariner, huh? We got a stumblebum right here, who's as strong as that Joker was supposed to be. Hey, old man, wake up. You wouldn't think it to look at that old bum, but just wait.
Huh? What? Go away, you puny flea.
The bearded derelict returns to his tormented thoughts, oblivious to how his action had enraged the other bums. But Johnny steps in to protect him from no harm. Hold on, leave him alone. Can't you see he's ill? He's got amnesia, a loss of memory. He doesn't even know who he is.
Yeah? Well, we're gonna help him to find his memory.
Sure, we'll beat it back into him. Why bother? I'll show you an easier way. First, we've got to see what he really looks like. So let's give him a little shave. Flame on! Oh my god, dude, that's not gonna shave, is it? Hey, look at that! Holy cow, it's the Human Torch! See how simple it is when you know how? I can control the flame of my body within a hair's width. Wait, his face? No, it can't be.
There's no mistaking that forehead.
It is. He's the Submariner. It's crazy that he just let the Human Torch flame his face up. That's funny. Johnny is amazed to have found the legendary hero of World War II and figures out a way of possibly restoring the Atlantean prince's memory. Flame on! Relax, mister. I'm not gonna drop you. Not till we come to the sea. If he is still the Submariner, the water will bring back his memory and its full powers. If not, I'll dive in to save him. Once submerged in the mighty sea, a startling change comes over the strange derelict. In one sweeping motion, he hurls his outer garments from him and stands revealed as the legendary Prince of the Sea, the invincible Namor, the Submariner.
I remember now. I am the Submariner. My family, my friends, my undersea kingdom, I must return.
Yeah, I don't know what voice to give Subby. Above, the Human Torch witnesses Namor's rebirth and sees him swim away. Johnny decides to stay, hoping that the Submariner will return to talk to him. Soon on reaching a nearby Atlantean outpost, Namor is horrified to discover that it had been destroyed.
It's all destroyed.
That glow in the water, it's radioactivity. Now I know what happened. The humans did it, unthinkingly with their accursed atomic test. Amidst the ruins, Namor found evidence that Atlantis itself, which had lain beneath the Sea of Antarctica, had also been mysteriously destroyed. Namor comes to the logical, but incorrect, conclusion that Atlantis too had been destroyed by the surface people's nuclear weapons. For his memory is still incomplete. He does not yet recall the true cause of Atlantis' destruction. Despondently, Namor realizes that he may never find any Atlantean survivors in the vastness of the oceans. Johnny is still waiting patiently and eagerly when Namor returns. He's back! You fool! You young fool! Do not feel proud of what you have done! For, by returning my memory, you have signed the death warrant of the human race. What are you talking about? Revenge! I'm talking about the revenge I shall have for the destruction of my undersea kingdom! I am the mightiest living mortal on earth! And now, mankind shall feel this might, as it is turned against you all! And that is the end of book 2. So in my personal opinion, I'm really enjoying this. Marvel's been able to put together a really good coherent timeline or story by piecing together all these stories released through the years, leading up to Marvel Sagas. And with the introduction of Namor now again, if I do recall correctly, it should lead him to crashing out on some Eskimos, finding Captain America, which he will be inducted into the Avengers. So that's my guess. That's my guess in the next book. I never knew that the Hulk had like a sidekick, Rick Jones. Very interesting way to meet an orphan. Seems like there's also this running theme of all their heroes, aside from the Fantastic Four, kind of going villain, or just caring about their self, really. The Hulk and the Thing are so alike in personality, it seems, except the Hulk is just ready to snap over anything at any moment. And he's trying to get with Sue anytime he possibly can. Like, you're supposed to be Reed's best friend. Why are you trying to take his girl from him? And you're always talking shit to everybody in front of everyone. So, I don't know. The other running theme I'm noticing too is that every hero that we have like a story of, aside from Guardian, has like some kind of weird or deformed enemy. You got like the Mole Man, a giant ant. You also got the Gargoyle. That's crazy. And it was really nice seeing the Skrull be turned into cows. Like, it kind of wraps around, because I've heard about that before. I just never knew where it came from. It gives a whole new meaning to that one scene in Marvel Zombies, the show. I'm speaking on the show right now, where Shang-Chi and Aquafina, or whatever her name was, is taking owls to trade with Valhalla, and they're being hunted down by Skrull. So that's pretty interesting. Thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more on Marvel Mondays, because for the next 20 or so Mondays, this is a 25-part series and we're only 2 through it, you're gonna get this whole storyline. Like, we will eventually get to the end of this story, and I have no clue what we have in store. But anyways, hope y'all have a nice day. That's all, folks.